everyone. Welcome to another edition of Top Rope Talk here on Old Westbury Television. My name is Joshua Richter, and of course, my host, as we have started second season last week, Mr. Moses Nunez. How are you today, sir?
How you doing, Josh?
Doing very well, thanks.
That's well.
So, of course, us being wrestling fans, I know you watched Raw on Monday, right?
Of course.
Of course. Let's get right to it. What was, I think for me, one of my favorite parts of it was Triple H and Stephanie dancing at the top of the show with Newsday. New Day.
You know, it's funny. I actually missed that segment, but when I was on Facebook, someone already had it on YouTube, and I was watching it, and I just started laughing hysterically. You know, just seeing Triple H in like that comedic form is just.
I saw
it's great.
Vince tweeted later on, and that's why the E stands for entertainment. Go figure.
Exactly. It's good to see that they can not do those corny, haha, you're a poop head jokes, and actually bring some type of entertainment.
Right. It's always cool to see it in a different light, because also, for as much as Triple H and Stephanie play a different role, and I think we discussed this last week, NXT Triple H obviously is the face. He's their leader, etc.
Exactly.
Raw, he's authority, he's heel. But
yeah.
that was kind of cool to see. But of course, it's about wrestling, no matter what the E stands for. So with the wrestling, later on in the show, you had Sasha versus Paige, Sasha Banks. She is by far one of my favorites.
We're going to have to, I guess we would have to.
You don't like
disagree.
Sasha Banks?
I like Sasha Banks. I think she's a great talent. She's honestly very entertaining. But I'm Team Bayley. So.
Oh, I love Bayley. Don't get me wrong. But I'm still waiting for Bayley to come up. Speaking of, you heard about the main event for the next NXT takeover?
No, I haven't. What's
30-minute Iron Woman match.
Wow.
Sasha Banks versus Bayley.
Talk about history.
Main event.
Sheesh.
The actual main event.
And that's going to be really exciting.
In UK.
What, really? UK? Wow. So they're literally taking over. I mean, like we went over this last week.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's
That's going to be outstanding. So speaking of the Divas Revolution, so for those that don't know, Nikki Bella was leading up to tying AJ Lee's record for longest reigning Divas champion. And the tease going into Monday night was that Charlotte had her match in advance of Night of Champions, and if she won that match, she would have broken that record and broken Nikki Bella's chances of breaking the record. And that didn't exactly happen.
Of course.
Why don't you tell them what happened, Moses?
Well,
I can't, it hurts me too much.
Well, Charlotte wins the match. And what happens is, which I think is completely ridiculous now. I believe that the Bella Twins used Twin Magic to get an upper hand on Charlotte. And, it obviously didn't work out, and she won, and there was a huge celebration. And, Ric Flair came out. He was all happy. I mean, it was a good feel moment. And, Stephanie came and said that she technically won the match, but since it was the disqualification, and
did not win the title.
Exactly. And I think there's a finish. There's a type of finish that's called.
Good old Dusty.
We'll keep it all sweet.
Good old. You have a Dusty Rose impression.
I try.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
So, of course, that led to Stephanie announcing the stipulation for the Divas title match for this Sunday's Night of Champions, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. One of the more spectacular things about Monday is that it was making history. The icon, the vigilante, WCW mainstay, Sting, wrestled on Raw for the very first time in history. I think it was a long time coming.
Yeah.
Seeing him on Raw.
Yeah, like we said last week, it was I guess you could say it's a once in a lifetime moment, because he's obviously went to Raw for the first time. And, it was like, oh my God, growing up and seeing Sting on WCW, and you would flip the channel to, WWF Raw, And to see that, it's like, whoa, like years later. I mean, he was like, now he's like, what, 60
There's
something years
Sting
old?
next to the Raw logo. It was pretty cool. Yeah, Sting defeated the Big Show using Scorpion Deathlock, I believe. And then that turned into a tag matches, John Cena and Sting versus Big Show and Seth Rollins, which they defeated them as well, the faces, Sting and John Cena, sending the crowd home happy, etc.
Of course.
But all of that leading us into this Sunday for Night of Champions.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we'll run down and we'll go for predictions down the card.
All right.
So, of course, kickoff match, you have Neville and Lucha Dragons, Sin Cara and Kalisto, against the newly formed faction of the Cosmic Wasteland, Stardust, and the Ascension. What do you think?
To be honest with you, with this match, I'm really not too sure because kickoff matches, to me, can go either or. There were times where I felt like a certain team or a certain person should have won and they lost. But honestly, I'm going to say probably Cosmic Wasteland because they've been on a slump lately. From what I've seen, I haven't seen much of their matches.
I think they're going to take it because also Neville and Stephen Amell took the win at SummerSlam, so I think it's another way to get Stardust a W.
Yeah.
One of the next matches on the card, which I am so excited for.
Oh, yeah.
The New Day, the Tag Team Champions, defending against the Dudley Boys.
Yeah, I think that the Dudley Boys, honestly, my prediction is the New Day is going to win. That's a given. Because they finally, I mean, they've been flip-flopping the championship, which I call it the oversized penny to anyone that hasn't seen it. But, they need this one veteran team to solidify their tag team. So I think that, they're going to get the win because it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, I think they brought in the Dudley Boys so that they can help out with the tag team division. And them winning and retaining their championship will do great things for their tag team.
I feel like either way, we're going to see a tables match in the future. I would love to see the Dudley Boys take it here, but I actually agree with you. I think the New Day needs to take this first win against them, possibly by cheating, maybe pulling the trunks or feet on the ropes, whatever, something like that, leading to a possible tables match where the Dudleys in their realm gets the win there. But
yeah,
we'll see. Next up, you have Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. Of course, Lana just recently got injured. You had the whole Summer Rae factor.
I felt like this whole feud is just to get Lana and Charlotte and Summer Rae to begin a feud of their own. I think that Dolph Ziggler and Rusev are both pawns right now for that feud because this whole, entertainment-esque type of feud is just ridiculous. It's honestly, it feels like a filler match. And for two great talents to be just a match like this is ridiculous.
I feel like one of the points of this feud was to get Lana in the ring, but obviously now that's null and void, so now it's just a regular match between two very good athletes.
Oh, yeah.
I think Dolph is going to take this match. I mean, he just came back from injury. I think he needs that.
Yeah, he's going to come back. You're going to get at least minimum 4-star rating match between these guys. You have Dolph, who's pretty much like the combination of, I want to say, Michaels, Flair, and Mr. Perfect.
I can say that, of course.
And Rusev, who they built up as a beast up until, Superman had to come down and knock him down a peg. But, I think you're right. I think Dolph Ziggler is definitely going to win this match. I think because it does, like I said before, the theme, of wrestling obviously is things that are logical. Even though we are speaking about WWE, I think
they're not always logical, but
especially during Vince Russo days.
Speaking of Superman, Mr. Superman Punch. See what I did there?
Oh God.
Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and a mystery partner is going to be taking on the Wyatt family.
I think.
Two questions.
Okay.
Who's mystery partner and who wins?
I think, which is a really, this type of match. You usually want to watch the go-home show, and usually the go-home show really reveals a lot that's going to happen for the pay-per-view. I think the Wyatts may win. Honestly,
Who's the partner?
the partner, I'm going to say it's RoboCop. RoboCop's going to come. No, I think it's going to be someone from NXT that we don't know, so that even though they're young guys, they're extremely talented, and they're going to bring in someone from NXT to bring them into it, and I guess this will be...
I can see either Samoa Joe, I would love for them to bring up on here. I don't know if I would want Baron Corbin, just because right now I love what he's doing with his heel down in NXT, so I can see Joe. Or a huge rumor, now this can just be the internet and the keyboard warriors going at it, but I heard Rock.
That would be the dumbest thing that they could possibly do.
Or what, the smartest?
How so? I mean, The Rock alone is electrifying himself, granted, but the
Shield... It would be one of the smartest for the sheer moment of what it would be. And the fact that having someone like The Rock in this kind of match would be pretty cool. However...
Yeah, but that's like saying...
That's just more shock value than anything.
Of course, yeah.
You can still have a great match. Say if they did bring up Samoa Joe, for example.
Okay.
And they would just be just
but,
fine.
To be honest with you, with The Rock in there, I just feel like they won't blend well. I mean, I know Roman Reigns is his cousin, but you got to look at the Shield. They come from, they don't come from the ramp. They come from the audience.
Okay.
Like having Rock with the Shield is like having Billy Graham with the Ministry of Darkness.
Fair enough. So either way, we're gonna go through these a little quicker, just because I know in the interest of time. So your pick is the Wyatts?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna go with them too. Nikki Bella versus Charlotte. I'm picking Charlotte without a doubt to take this. She didn't get it Monday. She's getting it Sunday.
She is. It's she had to. It was just a tease of what's to come, and I think Charlotte is going to win. And honestly, I just want to be the first one to say this. I really hope that with Charlotte, because of her namesake, they imitate her father's legacy with making her a 16-time women's champion.
So with Night of Champions, next match, Intercontinental title, Ryback versus Kevin Owens. I'm going with Kevin Owens taking it.
Owens, he's been,
of course.
Yeah.
And next match on, Cena versus Rollins. Cena's taking it, and then for the main event, I'm saying Sting takes it and with a possible cash-in.
I see Rollins taking both titles because he just recently got it. He just recently got the U.S. Championship. But I could see a potential tease of a cash-in.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll talk about it, and obviously next week. Next week will be, of course, the follow-up show with Night of Champions this Sunday. Don't forget to tune in, WWE Network, $9.99. So, of course, you all know that. You hopefully by now know me. I'm Josh. I'm your host for Top Rope Talk here on Old Westbury Television. Of course, my guest, as always, for the second season, Mr. Moses.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week.